Over the last few months, we were talking to multiple successful recruiting agencies to understand how exactly they function. What we realized was most of these successful agencies had set processes to follow, be it on the recruiting side or on the sales side. However, all these successful agencies had a single challenge to solve. How exactly do they measure the efficiency of their set processes? Or, in other words, how do they measure the performance of their people, their teams, and the entire organization as a whole? To solve this, we are coming up with the smartest add on possible in recruiting. We call this Recruiterflow Business Intelligence or Recruiterflow BI. This Recruiterflow BI is a smart add on that unearths all the insights that are available inside the CRM, all the data that you have collected for all these years. You will be able to unearth insights around how are your recruiting teams performing, what activities do they do in order to get a candidate from the sourcing stage to the hired stage, how many calls, how many emails they have to execute in order to get to that stage. Or on the sales front, you can answer questions around how are my deals progressing, what meetings do I have to book, how many meetings do I have to book, who are my top performers in my sales team. You can answer each and every question and design your processes using this. Confused? Let me show you how this works. So currently this is the new candidates table, and I'll be heading to the left navigation bar over here. So you will see something called as Recruiterflow BI. Click on that. So right now I have built some reports. That's the reason you're seeing this screen. Otherwise you'll see an empty screen nudging you to build your first advanced report. And just another disclaimer over here, Recruiterflow BI and advanced reporting are free up to 31st of July 2025, irrespective of what plan you're on, irrespective of your team size. So we suggest you go ahead and explore this because this is going to be super impactful and helpful for your agency. So coming back to how do you build an advanced report? So as a first step, just click on the new advanced report button over here. So this is the setup page for your advanced report. On the left side, you will see this column where you'll have to select the row. These are metrics, or rather the x-axis of values you want to measure, be it your users, be it your team, or the company as in whole. And the columns are basically all the metrics you want to measure. I'll show you how this works. So let's say I want to measure the recruiting activities that my recruiters in my team perform and how many candidates move through from sourcing stage to the hired stage. So what I'm going to do now is in the show data for box over here, I'm just going to select teams. So I'll be asked to select all teams or individual teams. So I'm just going to click on individual teams over here and select my team. So my team is selected over here, and on the column side, let's say first I want to see how many metrics are possible for me to measure. So since you can see from the screen, you have all these sales metrics and all these recruiting metrics. You can build any sort of advanced report using all these metrics. For instance, in my case, at first I want to measure how many new candidates enter my database. So I'm going to just select new candidates and I'm just going to choose added to job by as a relationship over here. So this is done. So what I can do is, since this is January 6th, I don't have much data this month. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on last month over here. So as I add a metric, you will see that the report starts showing up the data over here. So I'm going to add another metric over here, which is, let's say, move to stage. And I'm going to choose stage moved by as a relationship. And my stage is going to be submission. So this is added. You can see that as well over here. So let me add another metric, which is how many recruiting calls were done by my recruiters post this stage. So you can see that metric being added over here. Now another metric. Let's say I want to see how many of these candidates move to the offer stage. So I'm going to just quickly select offer. So you will see that data added over here as well. So one final metric, which is how many candidates get hired, and I'm going to just select it as stage moved by. So now I have all the data that I need. If I just click on this drop down over here, I can see my team members, including me, and how much of candidates have we added, how many of them have moved to the submission stage. I can just drag this over here to see the entire row name over here. So I can see that Michael over here has moved 6 candidates to the submission stage. Jayant is 4, and me, I've moved 22 candidates. But in the next step, I see that Michael has 9 candidates who are, or rather, he has set up a call with 9 candidates. Jayant has set up a call with 7, and I have set up 0 calls. But the data becomes interesting over here. So from this point of view, I can see that Michael has 6 candidates in the offer stage in the month of December. Jayant has 6, I have 9. So, what I can understand from this point of view over here is that though I seem to be the most hardworking person, it seems that Jayant and Michael have much more polished processes where the efficiency is much more higher, and which can also be seen in the candidate hired stage. They have 6 candidates hired, 6 by Jayant and 9 by me. One more thing, you can just click on any of the number over here and see all the candidates who have moved to a particular stage. At the same time, you can just click on this box and choose what kind of value you want, what is the time period for which you want to see the data. And secondly, if you want to view it in different time horizons, for example, let's say I want to view it as a weekly data, I can do that as well over here. All my data will be broken down on a week to week basis, as you can see from this table. Just for keeping it simple, I'm just going to choose monthly over here. And finally, let's say I want to save this report. What I can do is just click on save report over here. I can give it a name. For example, just to make keep it very simple, I'm just going to name it as recruiter team efficiency. Keeps it very simple. And if I want to add it to my dashboard, I can do that as well. I have to just click on this and choose what dashboards I want to add it to. If you want to share it with your team, just make sure that you share it with the team dashboard and just click on save and add to dashboard. Your report will be created and it will be saved to your dashboard as well. If you go back, you will see the report over here under advanced reporting tab. So this is just the first step. Right now you can see all the tabular data, and eventually in the coming weeks we will be sharing much more visualization options, like you will be able to see all this data in line graph, in horizontal bar graph, in vertical bar graphs, and more. Again, a disclaimer, this is going to be a free add-on till 31st of July 2025, and this will be available for all plans and all teams. So make sure you get the best use of this, set up your processes, measure the efficiency, and as always, if you need any help, let us know. We are just a mail or a chat request away. See you on the other side.